Hey, yeah, since this is being recorded, David Keel, family and I are in central Vietnam, and our updates, a lot is going on. We did a trip to the States this summer, and since we've been back, a lot of exciting developments. Family-wise, Melissa is been homeschooling the boys still, and that is a continual prayer because it's a lot of work for three boys. But she's doing a fantastic job. But also praying for a little bit of help here and there with different, maybe be able to supplement some of that education with other things. From the work side, it's been 2 years since we were allowed to be on campus, to be physically on campus, because of COVID. And so I created some programs at the business that we're partnered with to bring students to the business, and that's been going well. But really huge praise, we're going to be able to go back on campus. And we went on campus last week to have a meeting with the dean at the largest university in Da Nang, to try to rekindle our relationship. And in the past, we had tried to push some initiatives forward, and we got rebuffed. And this meeting was very different. They were very open. They want us to be on campus more than we can be. So they're basically opening up the doors very wide, and they're even giving us a room that we are allowed to decorate and have as our own and kind of brand for the company, which is beyond amazing for us, because that means that we're going to have a footprint like never before. On the other side, and that's just the main university that we're involved with. About 3 years ago, when I first got to Vietnam, I stepped on a campus that was a really small little college. We had been invited by one of the deans that had a relationship with the CEO of the company. And when I stepped on campus, I just felt like this is a special place. And like everyone that I talked to is like, no, this is not a special place. And it's just a very poor little campus. And so I just, I've been praying about this campus for years. Well, they made just a couple years ago, this tiny little college made an agreement with the government of Korea, and soon will be the largest university in the city. So it's going from being a tiny little college to a huge university. And they are also asking us to be involved on their campus. Here, the big issue is we just don't have enough workers right now. And so I have a full-time job, and I can go on certain campuses for a time, but we have to figure out what. And so we're praying that God will provide volunteers to be able to run the English clubs that we have designed and created. And we're also praying for help from abroad, other workers to come, both M's and we'll say retirees. The believing retirees would be great, and also college graduates who are thinking about M work potentially, and BAM and other things. And so an exciting time. One more prayer request is our org is still kind of up in the air. We don't have a response on whether or not they're going to continue on doing what we're doing, and so that's just a prayer for them to make the right decision, whichever decision that is. Also, we have to make some. The area that we're in does not have a church that we can worship at. So we have to go into the bigger city. But that's not a bad thing. We're praying for a church where we're at. So just prayers for the very initial plowing and seed planting and potential small groups that will be started here. The storms came a couple weeks, 2 weeks ago now. We had a storm, what was supposed to be a devastating storm. It was a Category 3 hurricane, which is not normal in Vietnam. And so we had to leave the coast, and we only stayed for one night. But thank God, there was a lot of prayers going up about this one, because had it hit as a Category 3, I think it would have been very bad. But for about 2 hours before it hit, it just hung out in the ocean, and it went down 2 levels. So it only hit us as a category 1, and there was minimal damage. And so we were only gone for the night. And I came back to our apartment the day after, and there was the whole apartment was flooded. But everything, we had put just about everything up except for the rugs, which we should have done. So it was just some cleanup, just some minor cleanup. Lots of mopping. I know Myrna and Diana know. I know they know the storms, but there's these moments where you just feel the power of God, just right out there. You feel quite helpless. There's not much you can do.